Greetings, everyone. Today, I want to just briefly talk about something that I think is fundamental on our personal development or spirituality path that we follow, and that's the idea of autonomy. Now, autonomy is generally defined as self governing, meaning that we are in charge of ourselves. We're in charge of our decisions, in charge of our actions, in charge of our emotions, in charge of our thoughts. That we alone, as the late President Harry Truman says, we alone, the buck stops here, as that we are the one who is in control of the decisions we make about most all areas of our life. I've noticed a kind of a disturbing trend, and it may have always been there, but maybe I'm noticing it more, is this idea of giving our power over to outside forces when it comes to our personal and spiritual development. We can see this a lot of times with different groups vying for us to be members or to be against other groups, different political, religious factions wanting to bring you into the fold, to give up your personal freedom essentially to guide and direct your own life. Now, sociologically, politically, this is nothing new. I think since the dawn of human history, some have wanted to control others and vice versa. But I'm seeing a lot of people thinking that if they subscribe to a particular group's way of thinking, join some kind of groups which appear kind of cultish, at least to me, that's going to help move them forward. Well, the problem is, yes, you may be getting good information, but for the good information you're getting, you're giving up aspects of who you are that are positive and enhance your life, or your physical safety, your financial safety, all of these you're having to give away to someone or some group. I think that blocks our development. That blocks our spirituality. I want to put it in terms of like debt. It's hard to really move forward with your life when you are financially saddled with debt. But debt can also be not just financial, but it could be emotional. If you're just bombarded with excessive amounts of emotional debt and guilt, shame, those kind of things, it's hard for us to move forward in our life, particularly in the major parts of our life that lead to fulfillment and happiness. So it's only when we become free of those debts, of those kind of overwhelming binding agents of the psyche, that we can move forward and chart our own paths. If we are in debt to certain other people in our lives, not having an egalitarian relationship where there's kind of fair exchange, to where we're so out of balance to so much of who we are we're losing in the relationship, it's hard for us to move forward. We're not taking charge of our own lives. We're not taking charge of our own minds. My colleague, Dr. Kingsley Dennis, wrote a book called I think it's something like the the battle or the struggle for your mind, or something like that, where he advocates how outside forces, media, political groups, religious groups, just societies and cultural in general, are naturally going to want to come in and take a piece of you emotionally and spiritually. But to really move forward, we have to have that autonomy, that governing, that no matter what the decision is made, that I have to own it, even if it's not a good one. I have rarely met anyone who has really had any degree of personal fulfillment and success who doesn't take personal responsibility for most areas of their life. I mean, maybe that's part of the path, is to learn to do that. But if we're always beholding to others as adults, we're always beholding to certain control systems or those kind of things, our focus then moves away from our own personal spiritual development to meeting the needs or wants of these other outside entities, and it blocks us. We may be fooled that we are living this wonderful spiritual life, but in reality we're serving masters that maybe down deep we really don't want to be serving. We feel unnecessary obligations to meet that we don't really need to be. And sometimes it's by shedding those obligations, shedding those masters, really just accepting the fact that nobody's going to save you. I mean, it's all comes down to you. It comes down to me. I am the only one that's really responsible for my life. Because the last time I checked, I'm the only one that's in it the whole time. And by saying no, I am a self-governing entity, and I don't need all these outside distractions and influences to get me off my path. And sometimes just sitting quietly and just seeing what areas of my life am I not taking care of is a wonderful spiritual exercise. And it may be small things like, balancing your checkbook, getting better with money, burying the hatchet and getting past some grudges you have with other people, forgiving others, letting go of different behavior patterns that plague you. But all those are your step to this self-governing autonomy, which I think is crucial for true fulfillment and spirituality. So, if you have any ideas on ways that one can become more autonomous in their personal development and spiritual quest, please feel free to share them below. And I'm always fascinated to hear what other people's perceptions are, because this channel is about expanding perception. So I learn from you as much, if not more, than what you're getting from me. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.